Hey guys, welcome to the lecture 5 and the last lecture of Rural Development in India. Today we are going to see the sources of agricultural credit in India. So let us start with the lecture. It is more of a informative lecture. Today's lecture is more of informative type. First, sources of agricultural credit. The first, we are categorizing these sources into two. Number one, non-institutional sources, and the other is institutional sources. This is the main classification, non-institutional and institutional sources. Now let us see first one, non-institutional sources. These sources constitute around 40% of the total credit in India. I hope you understand the importance. Almost 40% of the total credit is given by the non-institutional sources. But the problem is, since they are non-institutional, their rate of interest is usually very high, and the land or some other assets are kept as collateral security by these sources, because they also need some security before granting the credit, and hence they normally charge very high interest rate, as well as they ask for some collateral security. Now, these non-institutional sources can be further classified into main two types. First is money lenders. These are direct individual money lenders who charge very high interest rate and also compulsorily ask for some collateral security, maybe land or maybe some important assets documents they take as a collateral security against the credit they are giving. So they take some security and charge higher rate of interest, and then only they provide the credit. They are called money lenders. And the other non-institutional source type is other private sources. Now here we may see traders, landlords, commission agents, whoever are interested in providing credit, whoever have surplus fund, they also enter into this business of money lending. They charge higher interest, they take some security and grant you the credit. Moreover, in case of rural farmers, especially the rural population, they also take credit from their relatives, friends, etc. Now in case of relatives and friends, the rate of interest may differ. Whatever your relation, what kind of relation you have with the person, with the friend, with the relative, accordingly the rate of interest will vary. So this was about the non-institutional sources, which is not counted as such, but this also constitute 40% of the rural credit in India. Now let us move on to organized source, that is institutional sources, which are disciplined and which are organized. First one in this, the major role is played by NABARD, the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. See, I have already uploaded a special lecture, a short note on NABARD, in which I have discussed in detail about NABARD, because it is very big topic. So in this lecture, under the heading of NABARD, it is very difficult to cover the entire points, and hence I have uploaded a separate lecture on NABARD. Do watch that lecture. Here I am telling in short. NABARD, this was established on 12 July 1982 with a paid up capital of rupees 100 crores, and no doubt NABARD is playing very important role, and it is an apex financial institutions for the rural development in India. Now second, moving on to the second point, rural cooperative credit institutions. See, these rural cooperative credit institutions can also further be divided into two types, that is short term credit cooperatives who provide loan for the short term period of time, and long term credit cooperatives. Now in the short term also we got again some three types, like three different institutions name in the short run we may say. One is primary agricultural credit societies, which I have written in short PACCS, primary agricultural credit societies. Then we have district central cooperative banks, which I have written as DCCB, district central cooperative banks. Then the last one is state cooperative banks, that is SCB, that is state cooperative banks. Then in the long term credit cooperatives, we got primary and state. On the primary level, we have primary cooperative agriculture and rural development bank, and on the state level, same way we have state cooperative agriculture and rural development banks. No need to mention that much in detail. because you are going to cover entire all this point in one answer. So you may just write the short names and that will do. That's it. Then we move on to the third point. See, we are studying sources of agricultural credit in India. Main sources, non-institutional and institutional. This is the major classification. Then under non-institutional sources, we have seen money lenders and other private sources. Then we have learned institutional sources. In the institutional sources, we have seen NABARD, then rural cooperative credit institutions, and now we are moving on to third, commercial banks. See, commercial banks are set up everywhere to provide rural credit to the rural population as per their requirement. That's it, nothing else. Then fourth is Regional Rural Banks, RRBs. See, these RRBs are the specialized banks which are established under the RRB Act 1976, and they have professional and disciplined approach in providing rural credit and maintaining a check on the rural credit. So they are also leading institutions, leading financial institutions in the rural development of India, RRBs. And nothing last but not the least, fifth one is microfinance institutions, which are popularly known as MFIs, microfinance institutions. See, these institutions become necessary because the very small farmer and the very poor farmer who are unable to approach bank for the credit purposes, considering them, government is managing these MFIs, especially so that even the rural population, the very poor population, the very small farmers who are unable to get the banking facilities, who are unable to approach the banking facilities, they can obtain loan from these microfinance institutions. Even the non-government organizations, even the NGOs also provide alternative means of credit to the very poor and very small farmers in India. So these were the five institutional sources of finance for the agricultural credit in India. That's it for today. If you find it helpful, then do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.